Well, hello, it's Friday morning, and we welcome you to the weekend edition of the Word for You Today from the Village Church at the World Golf Village. And that's right, it's the weekend edition. This week, our staff, who has been doing these since early on in the pandemic, decided that since viewership is way down on Saturdays, and because we worship together on Sundays, we decided that we're going to leave y'all on your own for Saturday and Sunday's devotions from the Word for You Today. And as a result of that, Friday will be our last online devotional each week. So we'll go Monday through Friday. You'll hear from a different staff person every week. And then Saturday and Sunday, you're on your own. However, that doesn't mean we don't want you to be participating, and we're not going to be reading along at home as well. So when you read your devotions for Saturday or Sunday out of the Word for You Today, go ahead and comment as part of this one, whether it's on our Facebook page or our YouTube channel. Let us know that you're out there. Let us know what kind of reactions you're having to the things that you read, the way that God is speaking to you through these devotions. We want to hear from you. You get to hear from us all the time, but we love hearing from you. So we would love to do that. And that's especially true this weekend, because today's devotion in the Word for You Today is part one of three. That means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll get us started today, but I hope that you guys will continue and go through part two and part three, because I love the way they all work together. So we want to encourage you to be a part of that. So today, this three-parter begins with a look at Nehemiah. And Nehemiah is rebuilding the wall of Jerusalem. And that's where we pick up the story. And I'm actually going to backtrack a couple of verses just to give you a little more context. But we're in Nehemiah chapter 4, beginning at verse 11. And it says, "Also, our enemies said, before they know it or they see us, we will be right there among them and will kill them and put an end to the work being the building of the wall. Then the Jews who lived near them came and told us 10 times over, wherever you turn, they will attack us. Therefore I, Nehemiah, stationed some of the people behind the lowest points of the wall, at the exposed places, posting them by families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows. After I looked things over, I stood up, and I said to the nobles, the officials, and the rest of the people, don't be afraid of them. Remember the Lord, who is great and awesome, and fight for your brothers, your sons, and your daughters, your wives, and your homes." And so Nehemiah comes up with a strategy so that even while they're working, they can remain safe. So as we look at the topic of how to overcome discouragement, obviously, when you're trying to rebuild something and your enemy doesn't want it built, they're going to throw things at you to try and stop you. All right? And that's discouragement. And so the first tip in overcoming discouragement is to find a better way. And this is what Nehemiah is doing, a new strategy. While rebuilding Jerusalem's walls, Nehemiah says, I looked things over. He checked it all out, and realizing that there were enemies to be defeated and that there were obstacles to be overcome, he stationed some of the people behind the lowest points of the wall at the exposed places, posting them by families with their swords, spears, and bows so that they're ready. He did this to help overcome their discouragement, because now they're going to be prepared. Nehemiah realized that they'd have to start doing things differently, and they needed a new system. So he organized people according to their gifts and strengths. Now, you've probably heard it said that insanity has been defined as doing the same thing over and over again and hoping for different results. And there's wisdom in that. When you get discouraged, don't give up on your goals. Instead, devise a new approach. Question: was it wrong for the Jews to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem? No, not at all. They were just going about it in the wrong way. And there's a lesson here for all of us. For example, do you have a problem in your marriage? If that's the case, don't give up. Try a new attitude. Do you have a problem in your business? Don't throw in the towel. Look for a new approach something new that's going to give your business a jump start. Reorganize your schedule. Refocus on what your goals are. Have you ever heard of the 80-20 principle? That's where 80% of your time is spent on the 20% of activities that aren't real productive. And as a result, you get frustrated. What you need to do is to devote 80% of your time to the 20% that produces the highest results. Business managers call this ROI time, return on investment. So practice devoting the majority of your time and energy to the things that you know will bring results. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that today is the 19th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks in New York and Washington, D.C., and the plane that went down over Pennsylvania. And it was after 9/11 that our country came together, that we dropped all of our differences, and we became united, and we prayed together, and we worshiped together, and we worked together, because this was something that we were going to overcome. Just as the people here in Jerusalem in Nehemiah's time had to overcome their enemies to finish their project. But now, 19 years later, we are a country that is divided. We need a new approach. We need to find new ways of connecting and bringing people together to draw us back to God. And that's where we're going to go with the devotion tomorrow in part 2. Not just thinking about the problems that we have, not just complaining about the problems that we have, but thinking about the Lord and what we can do to bring people to the Lord and to invite the Lord in to the issues that we face. So, think of a new solution, find a better way. What's a better way for us? I don't know, but maybe it's loving the people that we disagree with and looking for the common ground, rather than attacking and just creating all kind of animosity. You know, we still have a couple of months to go before the election. We need to find a better way. So I hope you'll think about that this weekend, and you'll continue on and you'll share your thoughts on parts 2 and 3 on how to overcome discouragement. So that's our word for you today. We want to invite you to join us Sunday morning at both 9 and 11 o'clock. You can join us in person at the Village Church, or you can join us online on Facebook on the Village Church at World Golf Village page, or on our YouTube channel at the Village Church at World Golf Village. We'd love to have you be a part of worship. If you join us online, be sure and let us know that you're out there and you're with us. And have a wonderful weekend. I love you guys. See you soon.